Okay, gang, we're back. We're going to talk about Pentel today and why I think the Pentel GraphGear 1000 is my best pencil so far when it comes to working around in the shop. I use we're not going to go over the debate whether we're going to use mechanical pencils or regular wooden pencils. I use mechanical pencils. I use them for my drawings on inlays and things like that. This is a 0.5. I kind of stick with 0.5 millimeter, 0.7, a little bit too big for me, but I use these a lot. I had a couple of them. They're cheap. I lose them. Yeah, I would say they break, but they haven't broken. I actually got this one. It's a Paper Mate. I forgot what brand this is. What I do like about these is you got a big eraser. Thing is, I really don't use the eraser when I'm woodworking, and I'm just normally drawing out on the templates. There are a lot of reviews on the Pentel GraphGear 1000. I'm going to just narrow it down to one simple feature that makes me stick to this pencil and why I like it. And it has to do with the tip. So when you click the lead over here, you can see how there's not a whole lot of, I forgot what they call this metal part in here. It doesn't stick out a lot. The lead is really close to here. If you want to get some extension, you really got to have a lot of have a lot of lead exposed over there. Now, on a sidebar note, I actually have two more over here. One of them I got from Japan. In fact, I'm sure most of them are made in Japan anyway. These are 3.3 millimeters. I use this for my drawings on inlays when I do a lot of tracing and at a large size, and I'll use the 0.3 millimeter and I'll shrink it down. Then the line almost is really fine when I gotta cut that out. Anyway, but if you look at this one right here, you see this metal section? That is why I like the GraphGear 1000. But this one, for 0.3, again, I only use it for drafting, drawing. This is another 0.3. I forgot that I had one, but now I have two. But see this one, even this one, you look at when the metal part extends, it extends a lot, and then the lead extends out past that. So there's a good portion of support for the lead right in this section right here on both of these. Now this one's nice because that metal section retracts. This one doesn't. So I would argue that I could stick with this pencil, and I could. Both of these are plastic, even though it looks metal, but that doesn't affect the performance one bit. Enough on these, put these on the side. Enough on these. We're here to talk about the GraphGear 1000. So you can go and do your research. There's a lot of comments, plus and minus, about these knurlings. They don't bother me. I normally don't use the eraser. There's some comments about losing the cap. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to show you really what does it for me. When you extend the lead from this side, the whole, I'll call it the front section, comes out. The support section right here, and then the lead goes out from there. And here it is. The clip right there acts as a retractor. So when you press down this section of the clip, the whole thing retracts in. Of course, it leaves some of the lead out, but at this point in time, you can just push it in with your finger or whatever. But if you're not extending that much lead, and that's really all you need to draw with or to use the pencil, this is the one feature that I like. Why? Because this metal part does not stick out. I tend to break things, especially fine technical things like this, in my shop. That's it. That is the one feature why I like the Pentel GraphGear 1000. Now, you can get the 800. I think there's a 500 as well too. The benefit of this, if you're doing templates, or you're drawing right up against templates, which we do in our craft. I'll give you an example. Especially if you're doing something like this. I actually use this a lot. I like it. These pencils will not fit inside. You got to extend the lid out so it goes in. This right here will fit right through the hole, and you'll see on the back side where the supported metal comes through. So you're not going to be breaking lead when you use something like this. If you use something like this, just do that. So we'll just mark off 2 inches right here. Okay. All right. And for those of you that use mechanical pencils or any type of pencil, you know, when we're extending lines or for whatever reason right there, you got to kind of figure out where the lead's gonna go. Sometimes we'll back it off because of the large lead. Sometimes, depending on the ruler, if it's a big ruler, you got to back it off even more because of how the tip of the lead is touching the ruler. But this 0.5 millimeter, and if you use 0.5 millimeter, you'll know already, you can come right up to that line and pretty much draw on the line and extend it. Now that one went a little bit farther out, but it's so close. And really, it's not any part of the pencil touching it, it's just the lead touching the ruler and touching the wood. But what's nice is it's supported all the way out here. I'm sure it's supported inside here as well too, when you hit the lead out. Well, I said I was going to throw this on the side, so, but it's probably supported on the inside. This one you can see everything. Same with this. If I were to extend it out right here, I'm going to put it right on the line and extend out and just draw the line. And then you can see this one continuous line there. So I think this is the important part for us when we're building instruments, that there's a lot of support on the lead. But for us in the shop, for me anyway, just clicking it back in, that does it for me. All right, guys, you can get the retail price on this 2022 is about, you can get it, I think, 20 bucks. I think I got it for 10 off of Amazon. You get some sales going on over there. And what's funny is, I said I lost all the other pencils, but when you pay $10 for a pencil, you tend not to lose it. And I actually bought 2 more. So I got 3 of these. I haven't lost any of them yet. And they're all metal, so you can kind of toss them around. They're not, no, you're not going to fly them around. They're not going to break. All right. If you got any questions, pop it down below. If you look at LMI, they sell the GraphGear 500. Again, the difference with that is the 500 is going to be similar to this with the extended metal part. The only reason I like this one is that metal part goes back in off of, it retracts off of the clip up here. Look at the top. There you go. Catch you next time.